Namaskar. I want to talk about spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge is not something that you can read from the books. The most spiritual book cannot give you spiritual knowledge. It can only help you. It's just like a map. You look at the map, you have not actually traveled. But the map is helpful, but you have to travel to be there. So spiritual knowledge, material knowledge you can get through sense organs. Especially a lot of knowledge we are gaining through eyes. But then spiritual knowledge. The worldly knowledge you are getting from outside, externally. And spiritual knowledge you get from inside, internally. Your mind has to become introverted. You gain spiritual knowledge through introspection. Intro means inside. Spection is to see. So you're seeing, you're looking inside. Therefore, human beings have 3 eyes. 2 eyes and 3rd eye here. Physically it corresponds with a gland which is called hypophysis. That gland secretes the hormones enabling the brain to look inside. What am I talking about? What does it mean? You know, in childhood, I read one book. It was called 3rd Eye. The author is Lapsang Krampa. It's a kind of fantasy book. It's fantasy about Tibetan Buddhism, complete fiction, totally made up story. But I was like 12 years old when I read it. Oh, I was so impressed. So the plot is like this. The person, he's a disciple, he's making pilgrimage in Tibet and he joins a monastery. And then in the monastery he undergoes a rigorous training to open his 3rd eye. And they're drilling his brain, you know, like they're taking really literally the drill and they're making a hole here in the bone. And after making the hole here, they put some kind of, you know, they cover it with some with some wood. And then when he would take out this thing, he would see beautiful colors. That's what physical eyes don't see. So I had this kind of impression about 3rd eye, that it is an extrasensory perception that you see more than the physical eyes can see. But actually, according to spiritual philosophy, it's not like that. 3rd eye is something much greater. I was impressed one time. One fellow practitioner, he told me, Lord Shiva looks inside himself and sees the entire universe there. This idea has captivated my mind. I thought, wow, how is it to look inside and to see? And also I saw one t-shirt. That t-shirt really impressed me. You know, sometimes people write things on the t-shirt. So what was written there? Close your eyes and see. Close your eyes and see. Wow, that's thrilled me. I was thinking, wow, close your eyes and see. This is what I want. Close my eyes and see. There is one sloka, a verse. It says, Yadabhavat, yadbhavati, yadeva bhavyamasti, Teśáḿ vilakśańo sákśii, cinmátro'haḿ Sadashivah. Whatever has been created in the past, whatever exists, and whatever will ever be created in the future, I, Sadashiva, the eternal witness and the causal matrix of everything. That sloka also thrilled me. I felt, yeah, I, Sadashiva, am eternal witness of whatever have been in the past, whatever exists, and whatever will come into existence. I am eternal witness. Isn't it wonderful? So, I already explained maybe in the videos before the concept of omnitelepathic Atman. For things to exist, there has to be a witness. That's a very strong philosophical question. Does a thing exist? What is the proof of existence of a thing? The proof that somebody will say, this branch of a pine exists. I am the witness. So without that witnesship, does it exist at all? That's a big question of philosophy. There has to be a witness. The very fact that something we describe is because of witnesship. How do I know that there is something there? Somebody has to witness for it. Yes, there is. So when I look at this little branch of a tree, my eyes witnessing it. My mind witnesses my eyes. My soul, my spirit witnesses my mind. And the cosmic spirit, the supreme spirit witnesses my individual spirit. So without that ultimate witnesship, without that ultimate recognition, the thing does not have existence, does not have any substantiation. It's a complex philosophical idea, if you think about it. But it's logical also. So, if the Supreme Spirit has to witness everything for a thing to exist, then the knowledge of everything is there in the Supreme Spirit. Therefore, if you look inside, if you come in touch with the divine wisdom, you can know without seeing. You are getting knowledge not through these eyes, but through this eye. You look inside. And the knowledge streams from inside. That is called spirituality. That is called subjective approach. Our path is described as subjective approach and objective adjustment. So you open your eye, then you move inside, you go inside, and that is wisdom, that is knowledge, because the ideas will stream from inside. And then your intellect will process those ideas into something new, something original. This is how poetry is created, art is created, engineering is created, science is created. By looking inside, coming in touch with the infinite wisdom, and then objective adjustment, finding the proof of your inner discoveries in the external world. Without objective adjustment, we remain subjective, and we cannot, in this world, play a constructive role. Because, let's say I want to inspire you with my spiritual ideas. I have to look at you. Of course, without a spark inside, how can I kindle a fire in you? I cannot. So I have to be in touch with my spark. At the same time, I have to understand what you are. I have to understand what you want. And that is my external eyes. I look at you. I try to understand you. I try to know you. Then I can inspire you. This is one example. So subjective approach, it is a spark that animates the mind. It is a spark of divinity that animates me and animates you. It is inside where the originality dwells. So I look inside. I may close my eyes, and then it becomes purely subjective approach. I renounce all the external things. I go to touch with my soul. I may open these eyes, and then it becomes subjective approach and objective adjustment. I adjust with the world, but I'm in touch with my spark. I'm in touch with that stream of originality, of the divine ideas. That's what it is. My friend who is writing poetry, I asked him, what is this poetry? He said, poetry is to look inside, to find something most important and to express it with the most beautiful words you can ever find. So it is also, poetry is also because of the third eye, not because of these eyes. These eyes can only repeat what is already there. But this eye sees something which has not been, always new. The divine entity is always new, ever new, ever beautiful. So you look and you are in touch with that newness, with that novelty, with that beauty. So you are always new. You are always beautiful also, because you are charged with that. That's how important the third eye. This teaching about third eye is closely connected to one of the most fundamental teachings of Shiva, the ancient guru, ancient master. He said, Varttamanesu vartteta. It means live in the present. The divinity dwells in the present moment. There is no such thing as a present, actually. There is either past or future. And the very thin border, when the past is over and the future begins, that is the present. The age of happening, it has not yet happened. It is happening right now. And therefore it is so exciting. It is happening right now. The past has already happened. The tamaguna, static principles, is dominating there. Do you like, bread when it is just out of the oven, fresh, full of life, full of smell? Do you like that? When you're passing by the bread shop and just like, fresh bread. Do you like that? Or you like kind of stale bread? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you don't feel appetite to eat that one. So many times, even though the fresh bread is available, we are eating old bread. Old ideas. In childhood I learned. And I operate with those ideas. I'm satisfied with those ideas. I'm not thinking at this moment, right now. Now I'm not thinking. Why I should think? Already is there. Why should I bake new bread? The old bread is there. Let me eat old bread. Your oven is working. Why you're not baking new bread? You're not thinking at this moment. You're not in a state of cognition. You're not in a state of experiencing it. At this moment I'm experiencing it. And the past is external. The present is internal. It is unfolding, emanating from you. Once it has been emanated, exists externally. That's why it is also said, it is also one of the Shiva's teaching, he says, Atmashitam Shivam Tyaktva Bahistam Ja Samarchayet Hastastam Pindamutsrija Brahmate Jivitashaya. It means a person who goes on searching in the external world for happiness, for God, for consciousness. It says Shivam, Shiva means goes searching Shiva. Shiva means happiness, welfare, consciousness, God. So he goes on searching in the external world. That person is similar to a person having rice in his hands, throwing that rice and going to beg for food from door to door. So similarly, we are looking with these two eyes for happiness. Outside, while in the inside there is a festival going on. You know, sometimes, I remember one time in my family, hey, what are you doing? Come quickly, let's go. Where? Let's go outside in the street. Okay, let's go. What's going on there? Fireworks. Beautiful. Fireworks. A miracle is taking place. A miracle is happening. So similarly, drop all things, past, future. A miracle is happening inside yourself. Yeah. So Sadashiva taught that Varttamanesu vartteta, live in the present, not in the past. The past is dead, not in the future. Is also kind of death. This moment. But some people think this moment, okay, live in the present, in this moment. And they live this moment through these eyes. Looking in the external world, okay, let me enjoy this, this branch, oh, how beautiful, and so many things I can find, so many nuances. It's not about that. It is also defective thinking. Living this moment, not with external eyes, with the inner third eye. You look at the miracle of miracles. You look at the subject, at the supreme subject, at the consciousness. Experience it. The fireworks are right now. I went recently to Israel. My friends, they love me very much, I love them very much. They said, Dada, what do you want? We want to give some present to you. And this, they propose different things. And I said, oh, this looks like nice. So they arranged to jump with a parachute, from airplane. I thought that I like to do once in my life this thing, to make one kind of one point I have fulfilled in my life. I was always curious, I wanted to do. So we went, and I was wondering whether I am going to experience very strong emotions or what will happen. So I'm repeating my mantra, and I'm already sitting in an airplane, and then it's like it's coming up slowly. Already I'm sitting on the edge of the airplane, and it's like very big, very big height. So nothing actually happening inside of me. I just feel okay, normal. I don't feel fear, I don't feel anything. Then we jump out of the plane. And then it's nice. It's very nice. When you fall like this in the free fall, wow, it's very cool. You're flying, and the earth is very quickly is coming to you. It's like woo. Then the parachute opens, and then I enjoy the beautiful country of Israel. It's beautiful sea and beautiful cities, this and that. Then I came down, so everybody, how it was, so excited. Yeah, it's good. But if I compare meditation and that is nothing. When you look with these eyes, it's something. It can give you some exciting things, few exciting things. But when you look with the inner eye, the miracle is going on now, at this moment, even now. Even now, 2 eyes I look at you in the camera, and 1 eye I look inside. Even now, my 3rd eye is open. So I experience a miracle. So in meditation, you close your eyes, you open this eye, and you look inside with a special technique. You look inside. You repeat the divine mantra. You build the connection between the soul, the spirit, the divinity. And you experience ever new miracle. That's why the God is called Abhinava consciousness. Ever new. You can never get tired of that. If you experience this moment, if you let go of the past, you let go of the future, this moment, and not with these eyes, but with this eye, you can never get tired from that. So the beautiful experience of meditation is much more than jumping with a parachute. This is what I'm telling you. Many people feel like, oh, I'm lying there on the beach, and then I'm eating this food, and then I'm jumping the bungee jumping or the parachute, or I'm driving a car. This is a complete and full life. If this eye is not open, it's an empty life. It's not full. And these things is just a signs of emptiness that you are trying to fill in. But when this eye is open, these things are okay, but you don't actually need them. The miracle is going on right now. Why don't you go and look at it? Why don't you leave all the things? Why don't you leave the past and future and go look at the miracle? So when you close the eyes and see, this is called subjective approach. Go to the subject. Subject means the witness. The life of your life. The knowledge of your knowledge. And then objective adjustment. We need to live We need to earn money, we need to wash, we need to fry potato, we need to take care of children, all these things. So these things you cannot do with the third eye. You have to open these two eyes. Otherwise you will, fry potato and instead of salt you put sugar. You have to adjust with the world. It's also part of the teaching, important part of the teaching. And then you can also manifest the goodness of divinity in your actions, adjusted with the world. If I'm trying to inspire you, I need to understand what you are, who you are, with these eyes. And the spark dwells with this eye. So that is called subjective approach through objective adjustment. So in our lives, Dada, you meditate in the morning, in the evening, and then the whole day, actually, you are meditating. Before doing something important, you open your third eye. Don't close it, open. And then do. And then your action will be charged with divinity. These two eyes you can close, but this you don't close. It has to be always open. When you go to sleep, you close these two eyes, open this one. Look inside, repeat divine mantra. Experience the miracle. Miracle is going on, experience that. And then sleep. And when you wake up, don't open these two eyes. First open the third eye. Experience the miracle. Then open these two eyes. Otherwise, these two eyes, they will confuse you. They will take you away from the miracle. Especially when the world is unstable and chaotic and it confuses us like anything. So, this has to be always kept open. It's the eye of wisdom, eye of inspiration, the third eye. Do you like the idea? So, if you got inspired through this outpourings of mine, don't waste it. Sit and meditate. Be inspired with the idea of the present. Life is happening now, at this moment. A greatest miracle. No kings, no adventurers ever witnessed the greatest miracle that you can witness if you open your third eye. When you meditate, when you leave the past, leave the future. Feel love for life. Feel life within you. Consciousness. Who is looking? Who has? What is the basis of existence? What is that causal matrix? What is that eternal witness of everything? I'm coming in touch with that. I'm merging actually with that. I'm becoming that. So sit and meditate. And I hope you should meditate regularly to become a miracle. Thank you very much. Go meditate. Namaskara.